Hi everyone, I'm Krista.
And I'm April.
And we are the founders of the Teacher to Teacher Facebook group for all of you new members. And today it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, so we're out in our neighbor's yard talking to you about our video challenge. Our last video challenge, yeah, my kids are out here playing, so if you hear kid noises, this is real life, folks.
That's it.
So in our last video, we established that our goal was for lifelong learning and to have the joy of learning. So if your kids are having trouble focusing on their work, if they aren't going to bed in, it's gonna be loud with all the cars.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
If they're not going to bed at night anticipating what you're going to be doing the next day, and joyous anticipation, not dreadful anticipation.
Not dreadful anticipation.
Right. Then April and I are going to try to get you to a point where your kids want to do school on Saturday because they love it so much.
All right.
So you may have some questions about your curriculum. Maybe your curriculum is not meeting your needs. Maybe it's not jiving with your child or with your students, and you're trying to think of a way to be a little more creative with your lessons. You might be a little worried that you are missing some of those skills, not being sure that you're giving your kids what you need. April and I are going to help you with that. And so today's challenge, you have your buddy. Today we're going to show you how vital a buddy can be, not only for collaborating, but for also delegating. Mm-hmm. You should have your theme. April and I chose spring. That's one reason why we're outside. It's April. We have 2 more months of school. The kids want to be outside. So that's why we're outside. Spring is the most wonderful time to be outside. So we are out here with the daffodils and the tulips. And as I was going on my walk the other day, I saw my neighbor's yard and I thought, we've got to do school out here.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And my neighbor's yard.
Well, April, and I forgot to tell you guys about April, she is a classroom teacher. So she is our inside guru that will let us know all of the latest teaching strategies, teacher tips. She's our professional development teacher. That's who we go to when we need fresh content. So anyway, where was I going with that, with being outside? So, well, you have a beautiful campus that you can be
where
outside.
I teach, it's about 100 years old, I guess, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the school. A lot of trees, it's really pretty. We do class outside a lot. We have lunch outside sometimes, and I try to get them outside, not just for recess, but for other lessons as well.
Right.
Because they're more focused and engaged just because you're outside. Believe it or not. You'd think it'd be distracted, but they're not.
And her school is just down the road from us. We were actually there about 2 hours ago, and my mood, just being outside, I feel so much better. And if you think about what it does for you, what is it going to do for your kids?
Yeah, for sure.
So you need to get them outside. So our theme is spring, and as I was walking by, that's one thing you need to be thinking about is how you can connect your theme with all your other subjects. Mm-hmm. How can you be creative?
Cross-curricular.
Right. These kids are distracting me. So we've got our theme. April and I know that vocabulary is very, very important. So we have made sure that we have vocabulary in every single piece of our units. And in fact, it's not only in it, it's our driving force. Because if your kids have a huge vocabulary, but maybe they're not too great at fluency, it doesn't matter what reading level they are on, they will be able to understand and comprehend just about anything if their vocabulary is a lot broader.
Because when we introduce vocabulary, we give them the words at the beginning of the week, and we go through the words, we break them down, we find the definitions, we find pictures, they write their own pictures, we do synonyms, antonyms, so they really have ownership over the words. We don't just introduce the word, they learn the definition, and then you don't look at it again until the assessment at the end of the week. Right. It's not so much a sit and get. You sit down and you memorize. Memorizing is not the exact same thing as actually learning it.
No.
And taking ownership of the word. And if you teach vocabulary the right way, when you come to difficult texts, like with our units, we have stories that have those vocabulary words in them. So the kids are already familiar with those words that might be a little difficult, and they feel more confident reading a story that might be difficult in some ways.
Mm-hmm. And I know when I taught with a curriculum at public school, sometimes the curriculum, you would be teaching science and you'd have science words. And then your reading story would have different vocabulary words. So we like to make sure that our vocabulary words are going to be integrated in every single subject, which is what we're doing with our spring vocabulary. So here's where your buddy comes in. I looked up, or I did a Google search for spring vocabulary words, and I picked about 10 words that we felt that our kids maybe might not know, or maybe that we wanted them to use it in their writing and their reading just a little bit more. I just looked them up and I sent the definitions and the words to April, and then April, because her wheelhouse is art. That's one thing you need to do with your buddy, is decide what your strengths and weaknesses are. My weakness is art and graphic design, so, and that is definitely April's forte, her talent. So that's what she did. She designed all of the cards, and then she just sent it to me in a PDF or I don't know, what is it, Google Drive or something. Yeah. And then I print them off, and then we can use them separately. But you don't have to write out your vocabulary or print it out. You can write it on index cards, or you can have your kids help you design them. Sometimes if you get your kids involved, they feel like they're a little more part of the lessons and they take ownership a lot more with their vocabulary. But this is our third challenge, vocabulary words. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, one thing about being outside are the bugs, to let us know in the comments. Let us know what your vocabulary words are. We'd love to see them, and we'll be back in a couple days for our next challenge.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about it, where to find the words, or just if you need some ideas of some activities, just let us know.
Yep, we'll be happy to help you out. So anyway, you guys have a great Sunday. We'll see you I guess on Tuesday.
Yeah, 2 days.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.